Welcome.
Welcome to Pardon Your French podcast.
So we are sat my humble abode
Yeah, out on the terrace.
on the terrace, enjoying what do you think? 20? I think it's about 25 degrees.
It's going to top out today at 25. So that's good.
We're not used to it though, are we? Like I'm not, because it's been like obviously it's winter and I've been wrapped up so warm, like a hamster that has hibernated. So for me, I'm like, oh my God, this feels very bizarre.
I've been working on the getting used to it. So I was out in it yesterday, out in it today. I've been doing a lot of barbecue. Well, we go barbecue mad. So yesterday I smoked some beef ribs. The day before that we had a guinea fowl.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's been fun. See, I just have the opposite. Like, whenever I see, normally I'm hungry, right? And then I'm not, and I'm like, what can I make?
Yeah.
I go, oh my God, I desperately need to make this like famous shrimp ravioli. And then I go, I've got nothing in the cupboards. And then I'm like, God damn. Then I've got to drive to the shops to try and find the ingredients. And then they never have what I'm looking for.
No.
And then I come home disappointed.
Yeah, I've given up on that. I rarely like do like a Pinterest search. We call it fridge pie. But basically, you look at what ingredients you have, and like at the start of the week, they're like really elaborate meals. By the end of the week, you're like, I think I can make a salad out of that, like last night, and I forgot to do it. But last night I was gonna do like a carrot and beetroot slaw, because the night before last I'd smoked some beetroot, so we had like some leftover chunks of smoked beetroot. I thought that would be so good with some like fresh, crisp carrots and a bit of vinaigrette. And I was like, and then I forgot to do it. So I'm like, yeah, I got that in my back pocket for tomorrow.
I love a back. Do you know what? I think that's a great idea. Fridge pie, what we're going to call this episode.
Ooh.
Fridge
Fridge pie.
pie, because I think actually we're having like a food theme, aren't we?
Well, I mean, it is my favorite subject, so I'm more than happy to talk about it.
I love eating other people's food. I don't enjoy doing my own, if I'm honest.
Oh man, I like both, but I also like, because I'm basically a housewife, and I am a housewife. This is my side gig. Yeah, this is my side gig. So yeah, I really hope it takes off, and then I'm not cooking as much. But I go through phases, when you cook every single day, sometimes like 3 meals a day, but usually not. He cooks his own breakfast, thank God. I, you sometimes you have to feel inspired, but lots of times you don't. Lots of times it feels like a job.
And I never am in the mood to really eat. I don't get excited by eating unless I go to a restaurant. So for me, I end up cooking for like my dad and Carter, and then I don't eat what they eat, and then like give it 2 hours, and I'm like, I'm starving, so I just like eat a piece of cheese.
Yeah, so I go through this thing where I make dinner for Simon, and like a lot of times it's not what I want to eat. Yeah. And I'm really trying to make an effort to like, okay, I'm going to make something that I want to eat that he'll also enjoy, because we have, different backgrounds. He's British. He's a very like meat and 2 veg kind of guy. He likes a Sunday roast and stuff like that. So we don't always. Now that it's getting warmer, we don't do it. But all winter, he wants roast dinner every Sunday. So
it's the law, even in France, to have a roast dinner.
Yeah. So it was like, when you have to do that, it's like, oh, what I did, I barbecued a roast dinner. So I made roast potatoes on the barbecue. Yeah, I did like, smoked guinea fowl on the barbecue. I grilled some carrots. I smoked some beetroot. And then the only thing, the Yorkshire pudding, do that in the air fryer. And then so we have this massive roast dinner. And it's brilliant because it just like adds something else to it.
Never would have thought of that.
Yeah.
So I learnt my lesson when I first moved here, and I was buying a barbecue every year, and it was driving me mad cleaning it. So I then went and bought a plancha.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's so much easier to clean.
Yeah, the French love them as well.
Yeah, it's very much a French thing to have a plancha more than a barbecue. But I have to agree, they're a lot easier to clean.
Yeah. Well, we inherited when Simon's ex-in-laws sold the G and moved away, they had like this fantastic, massive barbecue. So sometimes it's a bit of a burden because it's like a full family sized barbecue, and it's like too much for just doing. Simon was like, "Oh, don't we have some burgers?" And I was like, "I'm not doing a whole barbecue for 2 burgers." You know what I mean? Like we have to have something more of a concept going. But then it's great because I buy like a whole side of pork and I can like slow roast it on the barbecue.
Wow.
Because it's so big. Um, but yeah, it's like I love the barbecue thing, and then I've got a cast iron. I can put the cast iron and have the plancha style thing on the barbecue.
Beautiful, beautiful. Do you know what? It's this time of year where everyone goes mad for like planches, barbecues, pizza ovens.
Oh yeah.
Outdoor living in France, I think, is one of like the highlights for most people wanting to live here because it's so healthy to be outside, fresh air,
In the sunshine.
vitamin D, and outside. Everyone I feel seems happier in the sun. Do you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I have that seasonal affective disorder.
Sad.
I had it when I was in the US as well. But like out here, even when you go to the doctor, we have to go to the doctor kind of early spring for all our sports licensing. You have to get a medical certificate or whatever. And she always gives us like a little vial of
Special. Is it vitamin D?
vitamin D.
Yeah.
And it's like a glass vial that you break and pour into a drink, and it's not nice tasting. But she's like, oh, she gives them out in the wintertime, just to kind of help. But Simon's
3 months, right?
yeah, but Simon's got red hair, so he produces his own vitamin D.
Yeah.
Which is like so not fair. So he's like jolly and happy all the time, and he doesn't get why I'm like, no, it's cloudy, I can't do anything.
I have
the drama.
the same thing. My motivation levels go like so much worse in like October and November.
Yeah.
And then January is obviously a global tough month, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a throwaway month.
I'm still a bit hormonal about it.
Yeah.
And then April, I'm like, my daffodils,
Yeah.
the irises. And then from there, I slowly start to pick up. But then like July and August hit, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't cope in this heat. It's too hot.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything.
But you were just saying you're really a Twilight girl anyway. Like you've got fair eyes, fair skin, fair hair. So
The to be in this,
the burning
like,
heat.
mentally and physically. I'm like, if I was on like mowing my lawn in, the afternoon.
Yeah.
But I've never ever been that person to be able to sunbathe. Even as a kid, I couldn't sit down and dry off.
Well,
I've been in the pool. No, I've got a random question for you.
okay.
I thought this was normal, and apparently it's not. And I only learnt this at 40, nearly 43 years old the other day. Do you have a bath and then use a hairdryer to dry yourself?
I shower.
And then dry yourself with a hairdryer?
No. I dry myself with a towel.
Right.
Or I air dry like Cuba Gooding and Jerry Maguire.
I hairdryer.
You hair dryer your body.
Yeah, and I thought everybody did.
What?
Why would you not? Right, if you use a hairdryer to dry your, then I'm literally out of the bar and I whack a towel around me, and then I'm straight with a hairdryer.
What? A hot hair dryer.
I thought everybody did that.
Oh my God.
Until somebody went, "What do you mean?" And I was like,
yeah,
dry off, and they're like, "Yeah, but not with a hairdryer. I use a towel." I'm like, "But why?"
How long have you been doing that?
Well, my entire life.
And so, like, your parents, when you got out of the bath, your mom would like blow dry you.
Yeah, and then you'd have to just stand there.
I feel like we need to get your mom. We need to get your mom over here. We need to have a talk.
I used to make my mum. I was that kid, and I used to make my mum iron my knickers. I wouldn't put my knickers on if they weren't ironed.
How old were you when you stopped doing that? Because, like,
15, I'm not gonna lie.
What?
Yeah.
When she was like, iron your own knickers, you were like, guess they don't need ironing now.
I carried on ironing. I don't now, but I wouldn't wear scrumpled knickers. No. It's nothing. If you get really, like, you're in a rush,
Yeah.
dry yourself with a hairdryer and you're out the door.
I'm never in a rush.
I'm always in a rush. Mate, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a thing to me. I think it's weird that people don't do it. But yeah, isn't it funny? I mean, it's such a glorious day. And I think, to be honest, this is the first time in 4 years that I've sat down in my garden and actually enjoyed the moment. And it's only because you're here recording that I am sat here enjoying the moment. If you weren't here, I would be either cleaning the pool, cleaning,
Yeah.
sweeping up, watering plants, mowing my lawn.
Yeah.
I wouldn't stop. So it's a good thing that she's here.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's the thing is, like, with the sunshine and the springtime brings more issues. It's like, gotta weed the driveway, gotta weed the flower beds, gotta cut the grass, gotta trim the grass, gotta clean the pool. Like, all of those chores are in addition. It's like, whereas in the UK, you might have, like, a table-sized back garden with maybe even turf. That's become really popular. It's like, here, oh no. Like, even the Virginia creeper that's on your house, like, you got to keep that out of the roof tiles. It spreads like wildfire.
Yeah. All the little things actually add up. And I think when I first moved here, I found a joy in the little tasks.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so grateful and happy to be
Here.
But also like hoovering out my pool, cleaning my pool, and then like watering my flowers. I loved it. And now I'm like 4 years in, I'm like, my God, I'm over it.
Yeah.
And I think it's so underestimated for people either moving here or having these size houses.
Yeah.
The actual hard labor.
Yeah.
You have to pay somebody to. I'd love to pay somebody to just go like come around my house like twice a week, clean out my pool.
Yeah. So how did you learn how to do pool chemicals then?
So when I first moved here, and I was like, man, this is not a paddling pool. I mean, it's not a massive pool. It's only a 10x5. But I was like, what do I? So I actually had to pay somebody to come round, like find somebody and pay them to come round and teach me how to like connect the Hoover and what backwashes and filter and all of that. And then every year, I'm not going to lie, every year since like up until this year, I've actually emptied the pool because I was like, who the hell washes their water? That's disgusting.
Everyone.
So I pool every year, and I spend about 6 hours cleaning inside.
So you just like climb in, scrub it down.
Refilling it takes about 3 days.
Yeah, and costs you a bloody fortune. Yeah, so now you know better, and you just clean your water.
I have cleaned. Yeah, to be fair,
you should.
This year it was bad. If I looked at it and thought, oh, I would have emptied it again. But pool maintenance here is like I get it, like British people, when we move here, even Americans go like, pool.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And it is like, don't get me wrong, I'm not whining. We very privileged.
Yeah.
And Carter's have his like friends over and things like that. But for me, the other side of it, I'm like, well, every year he gets massive splinters. The first year I actually had to take him into the hospital and they had to cut his foot open to get out the splinter.
Because of the decking.
So next house, I'm only going for an in-ground pool and with like flagstones around it.
Yeah.
Because every year I look at them, although it's a robust pool, I'm like they're like 5 kids jumping in at once,
Yeah.
Teenage size.
Yeah, but it's a good
and I'm like, oh god. So I would totally get an in-ground pool with flagstones and every year I spend about 400 quid on
chemicals.
No, not even just on like varnish and the stain, right? And it takes me about 3 days of constant work, and every year it bleaches out.
Yeah.
If I do it on the right like temperature, everything. And I can't stand it. And then obviously they run around with their like little
chlorine feet,
stain it out anyway. So my advice, if you're ever buying a house or you're looking at property, is get an in-ground pool with flagstones. Decking is just such a nightmare. Avoid at all costs, really, if you can.
Well, and like, because we get more extreme weather here, like if it were Spain and it were nice year round, like, yeah, you have to deal with the wood bleaching and stuff, but it's the extreme. So you get frost and you get so much moisture and then you get warping, or they snap out of their screw holes and stuff like that. And like, it can be pretty inconvenient.
Yeah.
To have decking, but also it's a lot less expensive to do.
Yeah.
So that, it's not the worst option if you're into the idea of just doing deck maintenance. Like if you were a woodworker, you'd be, it'd be easy.
But I guess as well, because obviously when you have a house with an in-ground pool, the tax foncière is a lot higher, isn't it? Like your council tax is a lot higher because you've got an in-ground pool, where these are meant to be like, you can put up and put down, so you don't really pay tax on it.
And you don't have to get planning permission to have one and stuff. Like, as long as there's no concrete slab under it, Yeah. I mean, there's pros and cons to either.
Everything,
Yeah.
everything. But my next house, I actually want to be able to buy a house that's already got a beautiful
Yeah.
pool, and my main focus will be not the house,
Yeah.
be the outside area. So many people, I think, met a lot lately who have bought their house not for the house, but the actual outside.
Space. Yeah.
It's really important, I think, if you're moving to another country, that your outside space really represents who you are and you can relax in it.
Yeah.
Because there's no point in having a massive big house that you can roam around in a tiny space outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Well, and out here, the outdoor living is the way.
it's the way of life.
Yeah.
Barbecue. I think it's lovely when I
Yeah.
when I can see people, all gathering and having a barbecue and
Yeah.
family time. That is my favourite thing about France.
Yeah.
The family time. And French people I admire because they'll just sit there with like a little picnic, for example, and just all the kids playing a lovely garden game and the adults having a
Yeah.
I mean, I love that.
Yeah, that's one of those things, isn't it? Like, when people talk about, like, oh, we want to do something that's like a very uniquely French experience on our trip, I was like,
Chill.
yeah, have dinner, like, go buy a lot of fresh produce and stuff like that from the market, come home, make a lavish family style dinner or meal, eat outside, like at a long table, proper family style, and just like be together, making lots of noise and drinking lots of wine. That is like the ultimate, French garden experience. And it's really cool because on Friday night we got invited for our friend's birthday. They invited us with a group of people to a farm, and basically the mayor agreed to let them have like a little pop-up restaurant style thing, but it's not a restaurant. Like, they only do bookings. It's like 2 long tables, so it was our group of like 10 or 12 and then another group of French 10 or 12. The kitchen's in there. It's tiny, but it's like all window. They've got plants everywhere. And the mayor said, oh, yeah, you can do this pop-up restaurant if you sell my chickens. So he's got free-range chickens, and it was hilarious. It was like the best ever. We sat down, you look out the window so you can see all the chickens frolicking and like happily in in the field, in the grass, like totally free-range. So they do like all the vegetables from their farm, and he's like quite talented chefs. It's 2 guys, the guy who was serving and the guy who was cooking, and it was a long menu, and they warned us to begin with. They're like, yeah, so it's like quite copious. We're gonna give you a lot of food, so don't be like, oh, I can't eat this course because I'm so full. Just be aware, we're giving you lots of food. And it was like 9 courses maybe. But like the first one was just like goats, cheese, and herb with fresh radishes. And they were literally like pulled out of the dirt, rinsed off, put on a plate, radishes, pile of them. And then like, a big glob of stuff. But it was like family style. So we passed the plates around, and it was so cool. Or you bring your own wine because they don't have a license for alcohol. So everybody like pulls their bottles out, puts them on the table. We're all sharing wine. They gave us like this like fermented strawberry beetroot juice, which I really liked. Lots of people didn't like, but it was like fizzy beetroot smelling, but tasted like strawberries.
Wow.
Yeah. And like we did this whole meal, and it was literally like such a French experience to like have this chef explaining what each course is. It was mainly vegetables. We had 1 egg course and 2 courses that had chicken in them, but the rest was all vegetarian. And it was just like, yeah, so it was quintessential French. And it was like, I wouldn't have been able to be there if it hadn't been that my friend knew someone.
It was like,
yeah, it was like my friend knew the people who run or knew someone who knows the people who run the farm. And so that was kind of how we got in.
that idea.
And I'd love to go back, but I don't know if I'll ever get that experience. And they weren't like handing out cards or anything, you know what I mean? It was like
with them, but such a down to earth experience.
But such a good idea. And then like we've got this other friend who's a chef who is gonna open up like kind of like that, kind of do an event. So it's like him and his friend who's gonna do from house, and same like parties of 20, and like kind of build it up, but only do small. So you're making one X number of courses meal, and it's like an intimate, and it's very French. It's very French to do that, I think.
That's really nice, and like the whole sharing of food is really beautiful. It's like the Last Supper, isn't it? Like a lovely idea in that respect. And yeah, I think that's it's. I always say to Carter, it's people that make the world go round. It's not the size of your house, your car, you drive. It's people, and actually, if you can tell when somebody's put a lot of love and effort into their food, and they share it with you. I don't think there's a bigger compliment thing.
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, we're very lucky to have lots of like fresh farms and produce and things here, and you can make those beautiful salads on those hot days and barbecue.
Yeah.
I think, outdoor living, I have to say, is one of my main attractions being in France. Like, it's beautiful to just, for once, sit in the garden and...
Yeah, but you got guns out and the sun's out. Same. You even have like your Greek warrior bands, your wrist guards.
I bought one and I was like, oh, I really like that one.
Yeah.
I thought my other wrist might be lonely. So then I bought a matching cup, and then I was like, now I look like I'm trying to be Wonder Woman. But I was like, against the blue.
Not a problem, It looks good.
We're gonna go with it. There's nothing better than like having a birthday party.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I had a 40th birthday party planned here. Had friends over from England and everything. And then COVID
destroyed it.
I got COVID.
Yeah.
It was like, my God, so I had to cancel my party, which sounds like really stupid now, doesn't it? But it was like, I was so looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Being able to have an outdoor big birthday party.
Yeah.
And I had like the most beautiful cake and everything. And it was Alice in Wonderland themed. So I'd gone out buying all these decorations, and I was like, oh.
I know. We did reschedule, but it wasn't the same, was it?
No, it wasn't the same. And I don't think I went to town as much as I did in the July. In the June, I think I just drunk everything I bought and ate everything I bought for about a few months after. Well, yeah.
Just keep it all. I mean, yeah, there was quite a spread.
There was
for food, and I just kept looking like, because that's part of it as well. You couldn't, because of the temperature, you couldn't put it all outside, so you've got to keep it inside and covered and stuff. And like,
flies.
Yeah,
Cat hates flies.
Oh man, that reminds me of that's one of my first stories in France. Did you experience like a lot of flies and stuff when you're in the UK? Like, even on a sunny day, if you're having food? No. So like, that is a very French thing. Like, something people don't know, I guess, is the flies. So when I first got here and I was staying in the Gîte at Longueville, and I got up in the morning and I went in for a coffee into the bar, and Virginie was in there working, right? And trying to make a bit of conversation with her and working on my French and stuff, because her English isn't great, my French wasn't great. Blah, blah, blah. So she goes, oh, how did you sleep? And I was like, oh, yeah, pretty well, except for I had this one fly buzzing around in my room all night. One fly, and it's like a big one of those big ones, And I was like, so that was driving me crazy. And she just was like, oh, yeah. And then Julie comes around the corner, and Julie's like, oh, how is it? How are things going? And I was like, all right. And Virginie says in French to her, oh, yeah, she has this fly in her room last night. And they both look at each other, and it was like straight out of the Flintstones, like a Betty and Wilma thing. They just looked at each other and went, both of them, same time. Like, and Julie turns to me and she goes, welcome to France. And I was just like, oh, I didn't know. And it's like, especially August, I think, like when they're muck spreading and stuff on the farmers' fields, but like the flies. And we invest every year in like the big fly net covers, so you can like cover all the food on your table and stuff, because you can't just like have, a buffet or whatever, have like nibbles out on the table, because they just get hammered by flies. And it is gross.
Yeah.
Like we are obsessed, like, keeping our door shut. Yeah. We've got fly screens on the windows, but like if you open the front door, like boom, there's flies inside, and then they can't get out because of the fly screens either. And you're like,
I've already got like citronella candles and things like that. Not that I actually think
they do anything. No,
terribly well. But yeah, anything like that, flies. I can't cope with it either. If there's a fly anywhere near the house, he's like, if anything.
Yeah. It is.
But 3 hours cooking.
Yeah. It is, and it's so annoying because you're like, it's not a being dirty thing or anything. Like, it's just they take over. And, like, they sell those, like, sticky ribbon things.
Yeah.
And apparently they're quite an old-fashioned way of...
They are.
Yeah, in the UK, they're like, oh, super old-fashioned. They work.
They were.
But they're also gross because the more flies that get on them, the better they decoy other flies onto them.
Yeah.
So it's gross because you want to throw it away, but you're like, oh, but it's catching them so well.
Oh.
Ew. Yeah, it's gross. It's so gross.
Life in France is very, great. You've got to take the bits that you love and stretch them, I think, like outside dining for you and experiences at your restaurant and stuff.
If you are enjoying watching Pardon Your French podcast, please like and subscribe. Follow us. We're on all the social medias and all of the streaming apps, streaming platforms, and YouTube. So keep watching.